And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well here on this Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome into Gemma, to Adrian, to Phoenix Fire, to Sora Donald Goofy, to Tech Hunter, to the lovely Kim's Mad World, to Fencrux, and to everybody else in chat. And thank you, Matthew Carey, for joining at Pokeballs here in between streams and videos. How is everybody doing here on this fantastic Friday? It's very warm again here in the United Kingdom. Just what we like to see on a Nuzlocke Friday. I'll be sweating with the game and I'll be perspiring from the heat as well. So I hope everybody is doing very, very well. I hope the audio levels are going through perfectly fine. Welcome in, Alejandro. How are you today? So we're going to do one of our patented at this point Nuzlockes, where the gym leaders give us the gifts, so we'll have no idea what's going on. We'll have no idea what Pokemon we are going to get. And I need you as a lovely chat to come up with a consensus. Do we go left ball, middle ball, or right ball? I'll give you just a moment or two to decide. In the meantime, I hope you're all enjoying the new graphics, the new look to the channel. Spent a little bit of time over the last few days updating everything, dragging it out of 2022 into 2024. So we've got new graphics, new thumbnails, new everything really. Same old me. Shame we can't change that. It seems like the consensus is middle. So first of all, we'll see what we could have got. A Dodrio would have been great. A Gramble also would have been great. Right. And what have you given me? Oh, you couldn't see that then. Let's try that again with the correct source input. So Dodrio, Gramble, and this middle one, a Growlithe. Who on earth, didn't someone say in chat earlier? Who said in chat they wanted a Growlithe? I swear I read somebody said they wanted Growlithe. Well, you got your wish. Right, okay. I remember you saying it was a Coolmon, so we're going to call it Coolmon. What are the chances of that? Goodness me. Yes, we do want to play with the level cap, actually. We're brave. We can deal with level caps. Even if Falkner is horrible with a level cap. So we'll see how far we can get on this run. If we don't get very far, we can always re-randomize. That's the beauty of this. And yes, it is the pre-ovo to your favourite Pokemon Gemma. Welcome in A Gamer's Tale. Growlithe isn't terrible, but we don't learn Ember for quite some time from memory. But I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. It's been really fun to have the pre-recorded videos back out. And for all of you HM friends, apologies for the Azumarill spoilers. That one's not due out until the 22nd, but for some reason it came out on the 1st. So I hope you've all enjoyed if you've had a chance to watch the Tentacruel run and the Blossom run, which is coming out on Sunday, I do believe, for anybody who's not a channel member. I hope you enjoyed both those runs. I appreciate that Blossom in particular is not the most interesting Pokemon to run in the world, but it needed a place on the leaderboard. And boy howdy does it have a place now. Tentacruel is very much an underappreciated Gen 1 Pokemon. In Gen 1 especially, having the same special defense as special attack, it can sweep anything. In Gen 2 it was very much nerfed, but with how powerful Surf is, it doesn't really matter. Now I've not been able to isolate the bug with Totodile yet, so we still do have that issue where the rival will always have Totodile. And thank you, Alejandro Cristobal, for joining at Pokeball tier. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy your early access to certain videos, and enjoy your new series coming in less than 2 weeks' time. We're delving deep into the archives in a couple of weeks' time and having a look at some runs that happened before I started my YouTube channel. And some that did happen after I started my YouTube channel but didn't make it to air for whatever reason. The only Pokemon I can get are from gym leaders. All the catching has been disabled. You can't even get the egg or any Giftmon. Literally the only way you can get a Pokemon is via the gifts. So you get 1 starter from Professor Elm and then 16 gifts from each of your gym leaders. To counter soft locks, the HMs have been turned into items as well as field moves. So there is always a way to get through the game. It is so good to be back. There were times where I wasn't sure how long recovery was going to take, especially when it was all up in the air as to what exactly was wrong with me. But it feels good to be back. One day I will learn more about Digimon. Probably not today, but one day I will. And today has been a particularly fun day, content-wise. Yes, I spent this morning getting a couple of runs recorded. They're going out in late September. And both of them actually surprised me with how they did. One of them we had some atrocious luck at blue. And the other one, it was a pretty smooth ride. Yes, Fun Day Friday. Right, we are now at level cap. It's now or never. We don't need to face Wade. He's going to be wading into our business unnecessarily. We'll do a heal. How many berries do we have? We'll give a berry now. Oh, we're not at the level cap. I lie like a rug. Yeah, level 9 Growlithe is not going to be the easiest to deal with, because it has Mud Slap. I hope the interview went very well, Gemma. At least we learn Mafire at level 9. So we'll have Stab on our side. Let's see how we get on. We're going to move Mafire up to top spot. Nice critical hit there, meaning that we aren't going to be wasting a berry. Because we're not on a timer, we'll Poké-Center heal, we'll save our healing items. It's not that I dislike dogs, it's just that I'm absolutely terrified of them. But I think dogs are really cute, I just don't want one near me. Alright, we'll have 40 HP in total for this Falkner battle. It's all about the RNG. If the RNG goes in our favour, we'll win. If the RNG doesn't go in our favour, we'll lose. One way to find out, and that is to engage Falkner in battle. 1 Mud Slap down, 2 Mud Slaps down. And Gust is doing an awful lot. We are probably not winning this, and thank you for the super chat. Kanbei, the £2. Just 1 Cornetto, give it to you. It might melt in delivery, but I am sure we can get you a Cornetto some way, somehow. Alright, if you can hear that controller mashing, that is me randomising the next run, because Growlithe unfortunately did not make it through the gauntlet of Falkner. So, once again, do we go left, do we go middle, or do we go right? That is the most important question. Phoenix Fire was first in with left. So unless there's a bigger consensus for the other, we'll go left. Let's see what we could have won then. Well, thank goodness we don't have a Venonat. Rapidash would have been interesting, but I'm a little bit sick of fire types after last week. Eradicate! Welcome in, Royal K-Man. How are you? Feeling good about this. Eradicate, of course, being the first video back. And Eradicate did very well for itself. Yes, we do want the level cap. It's definitely usable. Especially because we have the priority move. We do have low attack, unfortunately, but we shall see how we get on. I mean, stab quick attack is not terrible. 100% accurate, 40 base power. Can 3-shot a level 4 Pidgey. The only trouble is we're a medium fast, and that is a really slow level up group at the start. Stat experience can only go so far early game, unfortunately. Because we won't be able to box trick because it's our only Pokemon. And we don't have the fishing rod to beat up all the Magikarp in the world, which would be option B, to try and get at least some speed stat experience, if nothing else. But because we are trying to get scraps of stat experience, I suppose we could say, I'm going to be beating up everything that comes in front of us. Unless it's something we literally cannot knock out, I will be getting that stat experience. I'm going to assume this rival still has Totodile. I'm going to try and figure that out. I just don't know what the cause of it is yet. The events seem to be set correctly. But I might rewrite the code for Elm's Lab. Just do it again from scratch. There should be a join channel membership button somewhere if you want to join the HM Friends, Michael. Please don't feel pressured into doing it, though. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, though, I think it might hide the button for reasons beyond the realms of normal human comprehension. We did get that berry. Fantastic. Very hard to keep up with YouTube's interface, I've noticed. Every time I design things around a particular YouTube interface, I then go and bloody change it. I have to get my brain out of challenge running mode at the moment. I did a couple of fun runs this morning. The next run I'm recording is actually the Sandshrew run, due out very end of September. That one should be a very, very fun one. I didn't realise Premium had that feature, Kanbei. There we go, level 9 acquired. We'll see how we get on at Falkner. I like to think I've burnt enough bridges with a certain Blade Blado Legends so that I never even get a sponsorship offer from them. Because I would only take sponsorship from something I legitimately would use and enjoy. And, like, Blado Legends, absolutely not. Welcome in, GG. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I hope your working away went very well, and that you're back home now. Let's see how we get on against Falkner this time. No Mud Slap, which is progress. Just depends on whether we can survive the gusts. It's looking like we can. Blado Legends has never contacted me, thank goodness. I did get one sponsorship for I think it was some kind of candy box, and I was thinking, I don't show my face. How can I show people eating it? I could be eating any old thing if I just go, nom nom. Ooh, paddleboarding sounds fun. And we have now defeated Falkner, so we're going to get our Mud Slap TM, and we're going to get our next Pokemon. Let's see what we get. Alan, thank you so much for joining at Pokeball tier. I love the wheezing icon. Wheezing, in fact. Is a wheezing video out or is that due out? I'm just going to check my list. You've not got long to wait for Wheezing, Alan. I'm assuming it's your favourite Pokemon. That is out on the 8th. But for you and any other HM friends, it shall be out a little bit earlier, so probably Sunday is when I'll release Wheezing to the HM friends and the Patreons at patreon.com/trainersquidgy, hint hint. No, I'm joking, of course, but let's see what we get, shall we? Enough fannying about there. We received a Pokemon. I forgot that we have this buffer. A Feraligatr. Right, okay, I think we win. Although it is female, so it's got really bad attack. I would always want at least some kind of access to the thing that I'm supposed to be having before sponsoring. Because I've got to be able to vouch for it, otherwise I'd be lying to you all, and I'm not Lance. So we do have a Feraligatr now. This is looking up. It's looking better than we've been in quite some time on one of these runs. We get the candy box now, so we don't need to worry too much about levels. We're using this mostly for streaming purposes, because who wants to see me grind for God knows how long? Sorry about that, my dinner was repeating on me then. And Metal Hammer, thank you so much for joining at Premier Ball. It might just be one of those things, Michael, where it's YouTube being YouTube. It happens. Don't drink my dial, Zubat. Let's grab that super potion. Feraligator's going to come into its own after Whitney if we get that far. Oh, I know the feeling about needing to go places Kanbei and it's hot. There wasn't the room on screen for Feraligator. Falkner did give us a Feraligatr. Falkner was nice. Why, we're going to beat up Birdkeeper Peter. We're going to show him what for. Show him that Falkner's the better Birdkeeper. Displaying IVs is kind of tricky. It's definitely doable. It's just a bit of a pain in the bum. Because it's 2 halves of a byte make each DV. So your attack and defense DV are stored in one place in RAM, or one place in memory, I should say. And then your speed and special DV are stored somewhere else, and then it calculates the HP DV. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Michael. I bloody love a Mewtwo from Bugsy. I have to be honest, having Feraligatr at the moment feels a little bit like cheating. And it is so tempting to strip out the rocket section in this particular version of the game, because nobody likes rockets. Right, so we don't need to catch the HM friends, so we'll go straight into Slowpoke Well. And we're going to try and get as much stat experience as possible on our Feraligatr. We're confused. That means we'll swap into Ratty. Don't drink me. I think I'd make it an option to have Rocketless. We do have most HMs covered by these two. Fortunately, we don't need HMs at all in this. There we go, we're through the first mini rocket section. I'm all about giving options for runs. I've done some work on the patch for challenge runs this morning as well. So one of the things I'm going to do in the next patch is, instead of setting all 3 starters at once, you'll have the option to set an individual one, so you'll be asked each one by one, so you don't have to scroll down to the correct one if you're not setting it. Probably should have used Rage here. I really hope we keep that rocket vibe going. After stream, my plan is to implement the changes that I've made publicly. I did a couple of run recordings on it this morning just to be sure. I've not been keeping up with the Olympics actually so far. Welcome in, Adventure of Link Mark 2. It is a me, yes. The eyes do not deceive you. Didn't get poisoned. Bugsy was free. I'm doing very well, thank you, Adventure of Link Mark 2. How are you? Happy Friday to you as well. We now do have the Hive badge. Luke is on a bit of a break at the moment, taking a little bit of a break because work has been incredibly hectic. But he is doing very well as far as I know. Let's see what we get as our next Pokemon, shall we? What do we think it's going to be? I prefer RetroArch over MGBA, but obviously I don't use any emulator at all, Nintendo, if you're listening. I use perfectly legitimate hardware. This is the special version of Crystal you released to just me, Nintendo, if you're listening. Right, let's see what we get. Porygon 2. Interesting. This thing is not an orb. Why does it have the orb icon? So we've got Tackle, Conversion, Agility, Psybeam on this thing. That's not bad at all. It's exactly what we need, actually, for Rival number 2. It's a shame we won't get Sharpen, because we're a Porygon 2, not a Porygon 1. Yes, Porygon 2 was at the tippy top of just the battles. Recover, yes please. Don't think we want Scary Face, and thank you Michael for joining at Premiable tier, goodness me. I knew you were talking about Pokeball tier, but that is very kind of you. I'm just going to have a very quick sip of drink. I like RetroArch because it speaks with GameHook and it makes the channel possible without plenty more faff. Because all of this is being read directly from RAM. Right, let us lead with Not Orb, the Porygon 2. I've got the full fat Coke in a bottle today. Right, Rival 2 was easy. I was kind of hoping we'd have a status setter for Whitney, I've got to be honest. Oh, we need to buy potions, not potions, the other one, Stinky Things, Repels, there we go. Sticky Things. Goodness me. Right, so let's now stick on a Stinky Thing, as my brain decided to call it. And we get HMO1, which is cut, and we also receive the Scythe. So we can now chop down the trees without having to worry about needing to waste move slots on the HMs. And of course, if we didn't have a Pokemon that could learn Cut, we could still progress. Exactly, I only ever play on my old Game Boy Color. It's purple, don't you know? Emulator? I barely know her. Anyway, let's get the Sweet Honey. And let's take on Gina. She's decent stats experience. I'm just going to double check the move we get instead of Sharpen. Defense Curl, right. Oh god, I forgot this happens every time. Gemma, please save your money. Do not worry about upgrading tiers whatsoever. They are not gaining experience because we have hit the next level cap. So our level cap is currently 20. That's because that is the level of Whitney's Miltank. So in order for it to be a fair fight against Whitney, we are not going to be able to go above that level. We can't get Kenya, by the way. We just get a message instead. Take on this spinner. Need at least one spinner out in Spinner Hell. Fire Punch actually really hurts. Don't think we want to take on Psychic Mark or Schoolboy Alan. I meant to get the coin case and get the Rental Abra. We'll have to take on Arnie. We'll have to do backwards spin a hell. God. Let's do a cheeky little heal here in the Pokemon Center. We'll go and grab the Abra. For that, we're going to need to go into the top of the underground, bumping into as many spinners as possible. I thought they'd closed that place down, Kanbei. It really is a forgotten Pokemon. Very, very good, actually, in Gen 2, is Porygon 2. But nobody ever talks about it. Porygon 2 with Sharpen is busted. Oh, I'm thinking of the Sex Cauldron, of course. Silly me. There we go, we've got the Rental Abra now. So that will work just like Teleport. As we can see here. I think you might be correct there about them not appearing in the anime, but I've not watched the anime since the Brock, Misty, and Ash days. I can see what they were going for with Porygon 2's design. Actually, I've changed my mind very quickly. I'm going to do a different strat. Right, this is relying a little bit on Clefairy luck, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so we have relatively high rage already. There we go. The plan paid off. I don't know why they chose the Voltorb icon there, but it really doesn't make too much sense. But Whitney was easy. I was very fearful that that Clefairy was going to go boom. Let's see what we get. We've received a Pokemon. God, I really hope it's something decent. Lugia, Slugma. Kanbei, do you really dislike me that much? Macargo. Microsoft did skip Windows 9 instead of 10. I would love a Dunsparce, James. Moltres would be pretty decent. No. No, we don't have a Pokemon from Whitney, unfortunately. There is a glitch in the system. We do not have a Pokemon from Whitney. She gave us nothing. She's a very stingy cow, a little bit like her Miltank. And we'll have to just move on without it. There we go. Right. Let's see what we get. Oh, let's see how we get on up in the next area, Ecruteak City. Bite, yes please. I have a very, very, very strong hatred of the Pichu line. What move was that? Defense curl? Nah. We are not grinding a Pichu all the way up to friendship for it to evolve. That is not a thing that's going to be happening. Do any of these Pokemon love me enough yet? Yes, they do. In my desperation to get rid of that Pichu, I also did forget to get the squirt bottle. That Pichu run, I tell you, it made me... I wasn't the biggest fan of the Pikachu line beforehand, but that Pichu run, it has turned the dislike of Pichu from being a bit of a bit to being genuine. See, I think Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby are baby Pokemon done right. Because those lines did need a little bit of balancing. And it could, if they'd have done the encounters correctly, they could have made those 3 Pokemon early game Pokemon then. Which would have been very, very interesting to run with. Like, give, I don't know, Smoochum in Union Cave, Elekid somewhere else, and Magby somewhere else still, early on in Johto, and it would have been fine. In Crystal, Jinx is locked to Ice Path. You have to breed to get a Smoochum. You have to breed to get your Magby, which I think is locked to Mount Silver in Crystal, isn't it? And then Electabuzz is somewhere, probably Route 10. Bonsai was a bit unnecessary, wasn't it? Exactly, stick Magby in the Burnt Tower. There we go, Kimono Girls are done. I'm very glad that Eevee was introduced in Generation 1. In Gen 2, it would have been a baby Pokemon, and that just is not a thing that we need. The best place for the baby Pokemon is in the bin. Honestly. I was thinking that myself. If they were going to make a baby Growlithe, that would be senseless. I'm going to avoid playing a Digimon ROM hack of Emerald at the moment, simply because I'm going to be starting to learn Emerald. Spoilers, for those of you who didn't know. So I need to kind of familiarise myself with Vanilla Hoenn in Gen 3. But don't swear at me, Haunter. This is a family-friendly channel, don't you know? Where's the sonic kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering sonic boom. I would hope there would eventually be more evolutions. As for typing, I really want to see a fighting Eevee. I want to see it go bipedal and start beating things up. Welcome in, Bundy Buddy. How are you today? You missed a Growlithe being beaten up by Falkner. You missed Whitney not giving us a Pokemon. Steel Eevee would be great because it could be called Stevion. Can't stand this Psychic. I would hope that there would be an evolution for every type eventually. I'm sure when Pokemon get desperate, that will be the thing they pull out of the bag. Welcome in, Zero Hydreigon. How are you? We'll grab the nuggets. Where's our Rentalabra? Let's get ourselves back to Ecruteak, shall we? I am hoping that Psybeam will be enough to save the day here. Mega Evolutions would be genius. I'm doing very well, thank you. Stage Ping with his 5 Ghastly for no good reason has been knocked out. Mega Umbreon with an ability that is just recover after every turn. Jolteon's on my recording list to do very soon. I've had a look at its learn set and it makes me want to cry. In fact, I think it's not the next run, but the run after that I'm due to record. And my god, its learn set's terrible. My favourite gen? Probably Gen 2. The one I'm most familiar with. The footage for the evolutions got completely corrupted, which is why they were never released. It's a shame as well, because I really liked some of those runs. That's one of those I wish I could bring the footage to the Cutting Room Floor series, but it has been lost to the ether forever. I barely have a Pokemon for each individual gen, for all gens, so it would take some thinking about to have a favourite Pokemon for each gen. We've received Shadow Ball, decent TM, and let's see what our next Pokemon is. A Dunsparce. Didn't someone mention Dunsparce earlier? I'm spotting the theme for this party. We're getting a lot of normal types. A lot of normal types whose runs are either recently out or are coming out soon. Because Dunsparce's run is coming out on the 18th. So we've had Raticate, who was out on the 28th of July. Porygon 2 was fairly recent before the last break. Yes, you were just off by one gym leader, James. In fact, will that fit? No, it won't. I was going to call it James but late, but that doesn't fit. I would only be able to put in 3 Pokemon Kanbei into this mod. I'm doing very well, thank you, Malik. How are you? Yes, Sandshrew is in September. Let me take a look. It might have been pushed back to October. Nope, the 29th of September for the Sandslash run. So, looking at this list very quickly before we go back to the run. Blossom is coming out on the 4th. Then we've got Weezing, Kingdra, Lapras, Dunsparce. Who do you think you are? Azumarill, Venomoth, Pidgeot, Gyarados, Bramble Ho-Oh, Seeking Rapidash Skarmory rather, Poliwrath Golem, and then it's Sandslash. I love Sandshrew as well. It's one of my favourite designs. Let's get ourselves up to level 30. Yes, Azumarill did have a sneak preview, unfortunately. Wasn't supposed to have a sneak preview, but such is life. It's going to be Cantonian Sandslash. Blossom is coming out on Sunday, James. All you HM friends, you will be able to see Blossom right here, right now, but please stay with me in the stream. Get lonely without all of you. Azumarill was really interesting to record because it's got absolutely no stats whatsoever. It might as well have nothing going for it. And Zero High Dragon, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. That is very kind of you. Best of luck getting your internet fixed, Metal Hammer. I know how frustrating those things can be. Hopefully I will see you back very soon. Welcome in, Rumus. How are you? God, we still need to give a level to this thing. You know, we'll stick Ratty up front for a little bit. We've not seen enough of him. Huge power definitely did improve Azumarill. It's exactly what it needed. In fact, in the voiceover, that's one of the things I talk about. I could do a ROM hack where I do huge power fairy Azumarill. That could be very fun to do, actually. Tell you what, leave that one with me. If somebody could stick it somewhere in my Discord so that I don't forget, I'll get to work on that. Because Azumarill's out on the 21st, 22nd, something like that. And then we can do that as the stream following. Oh, no wonder I can't get the bloody rare candy there. We've got a bloody candy jar, for God's sake, Squidge. Pay attention. I suppose actually we should get some super potions here. Alolan Sandshrew would be great, apart from those two, when you come up against those two types. Jasmine would be painful, because you have no special attack. I believe that Alolan Sandshrew has the lowest special attack out of all the ice types. So you'll have no special attack at all. And one Iron Tail, and it will yeet you into next week, and it'll be good night and thank you for living. I would hope that my next Pokemon is just something that can get us through. Oh god, that was stronger than I thought it would be. I thought we'd tank one. Right, unfortunately for Ratty, we are going to have to say goodbye. Thank you for being a fantastic starter. But your time's up. I don't even think this is one of those runs. Did I not get strength? I didn't get strength. I never miss strength. Thank goodness this isn't a challenge run. In fact, it could never happen to me on a challenge run thinking about it. Because I always teach Surf and Strength at the same time, just for the purpose of not missing strength. Back to Olivine we go. No, we're not doing you, Mr. Swimmer Man. I would long for a tentacle at the moment. No, that's not the Pokemon Center. No, we don't want to go to the Pokemon Center. We want to go to the cafe. I might need to take a very quick break in a moment. Yes, in Gen 2 you can interact with the PCs from the side. It's very weird. Right, we've got a big burly man now who's going to help us out. There we go. Alolan Vulpix is so adorable. If I can figure out sprite work for it, I'll absolutely run Alolan Vulpix. Ice Fairy is such an interesting type combination. It'll make Claire and Lance to a much lesser degree quake in their boots. I was running in too fast. I want to do some TM action. Rage is past useful at this point. There we go. I misclicked. Ouch. There we go. We cheesed. We cheesed Chuck, but we definitely won. We get the Storm Badge. We get Dynamic Punch. We get a whole 1 in our level cap. And we also get another Pokemon. We'll find out what it is after the break. I'm going to take a very quick 3-minute break. Need a stretch. Need to get my bum from being numb again. So we shall see what happens with our Pokemon in just a couple of moments' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. Thank you for popping in, Alan. I hope you have a wonderful meeting. Touch wood, you'll be back before the end of stream. And I hope you all enjoyed those little animations on the BRB screen. They've been a lot of fun to create. I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting than just having a thumbnail. Anyway, we've got a Pokemon to get. Let's see what we get. A Farfetch'd. We could have done with that, Chuck, before battling you. But we do have Ducks the Farfetch'd. Welcome in, Anderson. I hope you have a fantastic day. You see that move 4? That is going to be very, very, very good for Farfetch'd later. Now, let's get ourselves a hot air balloon so that we can fly here, there, and everywhere. First place we'll go is to Goldenrod City. Where I do want to buy your Headbutt TMs. It's mean putting a meeting on a Friday afternoon. I always hated that in the DWP when we'd have a meeting very late on a Friday, normally when I planned to leave early. I know it's very fast hot air balloon. I'm happy with those moves, actually. Chuck absolutely would like a Galarian Farfetch'd, you're not wrong. Let's get ourselves over to Ekritique, and actually no, we'll do the heal here so we skip the build cutscene. I love double battles as well, it's my preferred way of battling. On the very rare occasions that I do competitive battling, it's always doubles. Right, so we're on the raft. Don't need to get any stones at the moment. Please do not backseat debow hype. We have no need for Ice Punch at the moment. We're not coming up against any dragons. We've got a flying type for grass types. And at the moment, I'm rocking Attract on this female for Alligator. It's proving to be quite handy. But we will undoubtedly get some Ice Punches later. Of course there's not a rare candy there. If someone could keep a track of how many times I think I've got a rare candy... I think I'm picking up a rare candy, but in fact it's just thin air, I'd be incredibly grateful. Also, one of the other things I'm thinking about doing is making TMs infinitely reusable for this ROM hack. I'm going to shove that air balloon up towards the tippy top, because I'm using it an awful lot. It feels like Colosseum and XD have just been completely forgotten about at this point. On the right Pokemon, Attract is absolutely OP. Not even memeing. It's very OP. Dragon Rage is scary. It's fairly easy to do on Gen 3. Make all the battles double battles. It's going to take a while to get used to the air balloon again. I've been doing too many challenge runs. I recorded like 10 challenge runs in 3 days. Not as far as I'm aware. I don't think there's a double battle hack for Crystal. It'd be incredibly hard to produce. Because Crystal is pushing the limits of what the Game Boy Color can do at the best of times. Lance just wishes he had proper dragons. He wishes he was a couple of generations later. when dragon types were more fully fleshed out, where your choices weren't Dragonite or Kingdra, or Dragonite or Kingdra. Why did I do that? That was not who I meant to swap into. I also don't get why they made Lance champion. That part to me is the part that makes least sense. Did you not know Pikipek's a dragon? Pikipek's actually dragon normal. Lance is a flying type trainer, you're not wrong there. Right, Slowpoke Tail. Make a note of that. I reckon Lance has dirt on the league. He's blackmailing them, hence why they made him champion. Because in theory, in order for Lance to be champion, he either has to have defeated himself or got sacked from the Elite Four in the 3 years between Generation 1 and Generation 2. Neither of which is a good look for Lance. As a kid, I wrote down those passwords. Exactly, Pikipek can fly, dragons can fly, therefore any flying type is a dragon type. Oh yeah, he definitely has a Game Shark. Maybe Lance doesn't own a Pokedex, so thinks they are dragon types. You're very right there, Leo. I hope, by the way, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And also, Leo, major apologies for not getting back to you yet. I've been a little bit swamped with getting runs recorded. But I will get back to you, hopefully this evening after stream. I'm just going to do a quick safety heal here. I'd love Metagross to be able to learn Fly. Right, we're going to be leading with Mr. Porygon 2. Mrs. Porygon 2 with Porygon 2 for the battle. With the orbs. Because honestly, I want to show Porygon 2 what an orb looks like. Can Porygon 2 learn Strength, I wonder? I'm just going to get its Learn set up. So we're going to go to the Challenge Overlay a hot second. No, it can't. What's our return power? 60. That's hot garbage. Although we will learn Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack, providing we get through Lance. Not Lance. The old dude. What's his face? Ujimakulin. Price. God, I've done too many runs today. Wrong overlay smidge. There we go. Right. Porygon 2. This is what an orb looks like. I'm scared of this thing. I think it should be obvious why my dislike of Lance is so strong. He lies, and I don't like lies. Right, so we've got a bath plug to help plug whirlpools. I know, if only Whitney gave us a Pokemon instead of being a stroppy cow. Let's use that candy jar and get everyone up to a level 31. And by everyone, I mean James and Ducks, who had fallen behind. Agility, might as well get rid of Fury Attack. That's a wasted slot on the learn set at the moment. It very well could have been Lance who leaks the decomp. You're not wrong. I'm not happy with the speed drop there. Random shinies in the runs, a few. And by a few, I can think of 2 off the top of my head. Don't sleep, Dugong. Mean. Ha! You're confused. I reckon Dial's going to be best here, because we can surf it. In the Butterfree run, I want to say I found a shiny rat in the Dark Tower. Not the Dark Tower, the Sprout Tower. Right, price has been put to bed. Let's see what our next Pokemon is. Larvitar or Slowking? I think you might be biased about one of those, Malik. What do we think we're going to get? That is the question. Tell you what I'm going to get. Another drink of water. Well, not water. That's a lie. Full fat puke is what I'm on today because it's Friday. Oh, God. If Pichu comes back, I'm ending stream. Horsey would be fun. I do have recent experience with that line. Lapras would be fantastic. That run's coming out soon, by the way. We get a Pokemon, a Houndoom. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Where's my candy box gone? There it is. Yes, we do have a lot of female Pokemon, those lower attack DV Pokemon. And it is a fire type for Jasmine. But we have no fire moves. Fantastic. I would say that Arcanine has the edge over Houndoom, at least in solo runs. Yes, it has been a whole week since that Fire-type Giftlocke. God, what a decent run we were on as well until Will. I don't have any way of digging out, so that's going to make this very tedious. So I think our best thing to do now is go to Violet City. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping. And we'll do the Sprout Tower. I do have a Lucario backport, actually. Did I run that on stream? I can't remember if I ran it on stream, but we do have a Lucario backport already made up. So I will be getting back to the challenge runs on stream as well. We've got a lantern. Where the hell did I put the item for reusable dig? Or maybe I didn't. Maybe you actually have to have a Scappy ropes. Sorry, mate. We've just beaten up your friend up top, so we're not battling you. Well, the escape ropes aren't there. Got myself very confused here as to where I put the escape rope item. Legit, I've forgotten where I've put it. There's no escape rope in that mart like normal. Just gonna have a check. Escape rope is now a key item. I'm just gonna get a search going. We'll carry on with the run in the meantime. I really want to know where the hell I've put this escape rope. Let me get that search going. In the meantime, we will carry on. We are going back to the lighthouse. Where Jasmine is waiting for us. Let me just get rid of that other Retro Arch game so that we stop freezing. I'm really hoping by the time next stream rolls around that it's a lot cooler, because I am massively overheating today. In fact, a safety precaution here. What we'll do is we'll go over to Cherry Grove. And we shall get the Mystic Water. I'm just trying to find out where on earth I can't have put it as a mom item. Surely not. Well, that's going to get patched. Or in Mount Mortar. Fantastic. The escape rope's in Mount Mortar, of all places. Jasmine uses secret potion to get to the gym. I'm just going to have a quick nosy around. I have a feeling you might need Waterfall for that escape rope. We'll come back for that if we get as far as beating up Claire. Thank you for popping in, Anderson. Always a pleasure. Right, so we'll hold the Mystic Water. That was because I left the air balloon screen too early. That is a known bug. Jasmine was easy. Mineral badge acquired. That means we're going to get our next party member. What do we think it's going to be? As I accidentally hit the mic. She absolutely does use Secret Potion. Mareep would be cool. Sizzle would be nice. I'd love a Beedrill. Smoking would be fun. A Girafarig. Right, so this really is the normal run. Right, that level cap hasn't updated. I'm fairly certain Claire's level cap isn't 35. Gym 8's level 40. Right, let me manually update that. I'll need to fix that in a patch. There we go, that level cap has updated. Now, I am going to have to take a very, very quick break because my eye has started stinging quite nastily. I just want to check it out in the mirror. I'm not going to run ads or anything. It might run over the 3 minutes, it might not. I will just be back when I can see what the hell is going on. And we are back. Thank you for your patience there. It looks like my allergies are playing up, so hopefully the antihistamine I've taken will kick in the next 10 or so minutes. I'm loving the Themed Hams references in chat. Let's try and get Radio Tower done, shall we? Good morning, Serenites. How are you today? But just for the next little bit of stream, the energy might be a little bit lower. I am nothing if not a trooper. We'll go to the natural end of this run, wherever it may be. It might be all the way at red, it mightn't be earlier, it might be later. Well, it can't be later, obviously. It might be at red, it might be earlier. We shall see. We've got a pretty solid team, though. One thing I did forget to do, because we had to adjust the level cap, is we are going to candy all the way up to 40 for everyone. Slash, no thank you. We've got a very strong team, actually. The strongest we've had at this point. I think the next run I do is just going to be a vanilla Nuzlocke. Slash on this one, however, yes. Cry attack, yes please, absolutely 100%. One of my favourite moves in the game. And we'll lead with Porygon 2 for a bit, I reckon. Yeah, the only person I'm worried about really is gonna be good old Bruno. Everyone else we should be fairly good for. So we'll buy an Ice Punch to give for Alligator. For Claire. Then hoping for Alligator survives, we should be good for Lance. Our team is diverse enough that I think we can get through Karen. It all depends on how we can do a Girafarig. I do just want to double check something actually with Girafarig. So we'll get Psybeam for Bruno, which isn't the worst in the world. Porygon 2 is an amazing Pokemon. In fact, we'll show this Porygon trainer what for. Mr. Scientist, we're going to show you a proper Porygon, Scientist Rich. It is very weird, because in Generation 2, normal types are so strong. The biggest threat for a lot of our Pokemon that can hit that top spot is Bruno. We've stashed the real director underground. We do have a rival number 4 coming up in just a moment's time. I do often forget that Porygon Z is a thing. Could be Porygon Z, but I'm British, so it's Z to me. Haunter? I barely know her. Rival was easy. At this point, the rival's more of a pest than a threat. I prefer 2's design. I can see what they were going for with the whole corruption with the dubious disc. Welcome back, Alan. The team is looking very good, I've got to say. I think that is the most frequently used line. It's just because of how common Haunter is. Or variations thereof are very often used here. And that ain't gonna change. I'd like to see Porygon become a branched Evo. I actually think the thing they did with Arceus and... was it Type Null as well? Where you could hold the different types. They'd become that type. I think that would have been great for Porygon. Alright, let's get these final 4-ish trainers taken care of. Then we don't have to think about Team Rocket until that one random dude in Kanto. He's the Team Rocket's fortress. How will he deal with a tri-attack? He won't. I think that would be cool, where, depending on where you are, having Porygon evolve into 1 or 2 Pokemon would be very interesting. I know it is a scam that the Team Rocket Fortress does not have a Fortress. Especially because Fortress would fit in with Team Rocket. We might as well get the pink bow from Marie. Where are those super repels? There they are. In fact, we'll pick that max repel up while we're here. Elixir, he barely knows her. See, the joke works with anything that ends in ER. Well, that may be the point of the joke. That's why it's so commonly used. That's why I brought that up then. God, that was awful movement there. That one would be better as bitter. He hardly knew her. You changed the tense. It's pretty good. Right, we need to go back to Goldenrod, actually. We forgot an Ice Punch. I knew there was a reason why I was coming out in the department store. It is a very solid team. It's a much more solid team than last week. We have a glaring weakness to fighting. That just makes me incredibly glad that Feraligatr is not dark water like some people think it should be. Yeah, if we get past Bruno, it should be okay. Let's now take on this school trainer. Right, well that's not the greatest sign, seeing as we couldn't one-shot those Dragonair. Let's see how we get on. Honestly, sending the parcel on Monday doesn't sound like a bad idea. I know that feeling about feeling tired. We fluked that. The risk paid off. That was a very close one. I'm on new medication, so my sleep is all over the place at the moment. We do need to deposit a Pokemon, actually. We're going to deposit Dunsparce just for now. I think Dunsparce might be more helpful later on. Yeah, my sleep's been all over the shop last couple of weeks. Very rare we get to see that calcium, actually. Look at the Max Elixir. There we go. Answered the question. No, the weather's been awful for sleeping. Right, we're about to find out what our next Pokemon is. Let's see what we get. Yes, we did get a Houndoom. We received a... God. I mean, it might as well have been a Pichu. We don't even have Metronome. The one redeeming feature of Togepi, and we're too overleveled to have it. We're not going to release it because I don't have any vendetta against the Togepi line quite yet. We're definitely not having it in the team at the moment. There is no move reminder in Crystal, no. My movement for this bloody spinner. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh no, Elm is never off that bloody phone in this game. At least we got past Cool Trainer Joyce this time. There we go, we'll get the other max elixir there. Yeah, Oak very much had the light touch, didn't he? Whereas Elm seems to have unlimited minutes on his Pokegear. Just paid for the extended plan. Isn't Elm researching Pokemon evolution? I mean, if you try to bike indoors, it's your own fault, really. Right, let's ignite this Sneasel to start off with. For alligators next. Magneton for Magneton will swap back to Karen. Of course we get paralyzed. I love how bad the Cadaverline's defenses are physically. We'll get 20 full restores. We'll feel optimistic. Alright, we're all level 40. Let's see how we get on in the league. Last time, of course, we wiped 2 Will. See if we can do any better this time. Of course, you lovely kiss. And you lovely kiss again. We really need Karen in this situation. But Karen's gone. For God's sakes. But at least we're through Will, even if we did have to lose Karen. To be fair, Karen doesn't have any particular great strengths for the rest of the league. Let's see how we get on now against Koga. Don't drink me. You've done one double team. That was ludicrous. This was the one place where Karen would have been helpful, to be fair. No, that's not what we want. A critical hit there. Oh, I thought we'd have the damage. Dux is down. That bloody spikes. Evasion strats are so scummy. Tried to recover, didn't have the HP. Or the speed, I should say. Nope, we are wiping. We're through Koga with 2 Pokemon. Those evasion strategies really did screw us over there. Oh god, I forgot about candying. It's because we wiped Sir Will last week, and I'm not feeling the finest this week. Well, remember that for next time. Dial wasn't our starter. We lost our starter. Alright, it's all up to this. And we wipe, unfortunately. But still, we got fairly far on that run, further than we did last time. We got up to Bruno. That will be it for today. I'm going to keep it short while I'm still in recovery. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always, though. There are some people I want to thank before we end the stream today. So, thank you so much to all you wonderful people in the chat, and an extra special thank you to Matthew Carey for joining at Pokeball, Alejandro Cristobal for joining at Pokeball, Kambe for the £2 super chat, Alan for Pokeball, Metal Hammer for Premier Ball, and Michael also for Premier Ball. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I'm off to get a very long lie down and cool off because I am well overheating here. I hope you'll have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you on Sunday with a new pre-recorded video. I do believe it's Blossom. And I'll be back early next week for some more streams. Have a wonderful weekend,